Welcome to the Trick Shift Garage. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to change the transmission fluid and filter for GM 6L80 transmission. So let's go ahead and get started. For the transmission fluid, I'm going to try to use this transfer pump. Here it comes. Looks like I got just under 4 quarts. First step I'm going to do, I'm going to take off this heat shield. Once I have the pan loosened, this heat shield, like this lip of the heat shield, is going to get in my way a little bit. I'm going to start here. Okay, and the other one is up here a little bit. Make sure you hold the heat shield. Okay, and then the heat shield should just come out. We're going to go ahead and loosen up all 18 bolts. I'm going to leave this one and this one. You just loosen it gently. As you can see, here it comes. And just keep checking your pan. Make sure your drain pan is still underneath all the waterfall of fluid. Now, if you didn't extract the fluid from the transmission dipstick tube, you're going to have probably a much bigger mess on your hands because you have all 6 quarts. So I'm just going to keep loosening it. You can see how more is flowing out. I'll just take this bolt out, loosen these up some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these bolts, actually, and I'm going to put it back on the opposite side where it was just at. And then I'm going to loosen this bolt and allow the pan to drop this way, and maybe I'll get some more fluid. Oh, there you go. Oh, no, nothing came. Okay. Take out the last bolt here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is slide it over this way. Okay. And I'm going to kind of just rotate it around and drop it down. Just need to grab the filter, and you just want to gently rock it and finagle it out, and just drop it in the pan. Before we go any further, we have to go ahead and grab that little gasket that's inside of here. What I'm going to do is use a flathead screwdriver and kind of bend this in, this middle part, bend it in so that way I can create an opening to use needle nose pliers then to just pull it out. Go gentle, go slow, and just try to bend it in. Oh, might be getting somewhere. Keep bending it. Just want to be very deliberate. I'm going to use my little tiny screwdriver. I'm going to just tap it in, and I'm not going to try to pry too much. I just want to bend it. Get a good enough bite with the needle nose pliers, it comes out. Looks like about 8 quarts. Here's the bottom of my pan. It's all covered in fine particulates there. Go ahead and pull out the magnet. No big pieces. What we have to do at this point is basically clean up the pan, clean up the magnet, and just do what you can and clean it all out like so. Just going to use some brake clean here. Roll it down. All right, this looks good. Just keep wiping until it looks like you got it all off. The magnet is going to go right here at this like triangular looking thing. This gasket is in pretty good shape. This is the one that just came off. I would recommend you replace the gasket, but these are reusable. There's a steel band inside. All right, and here's the GM part number right there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open it up and just look it over. This one looks like it's the right one. Here is the transmission filter, and as you can see, it's an AC Delco part. And this is gonna be the new gasket. Is we're gonna just wet it with some transmission fluid first around the rubber seals. All right, so now we can go ahead and put this in. I got a 15/16 inch socket. All right, I just flipped it around. What I'm going to use it as is basically a push tool to hopefully push it in nice and straight. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. And push it in. You got it in there relatively straight. And all you gotta do is just tap it in. Look in there. Yep, she's in. She's gonna be flush right with that aluminum that you see that she's attached to. There should be no gaps in between. Here's the filter. All you gotta do is basically push it. So I'm just gonna line it up. And you wanna kind of push it up evenly. Like that. Here's the old bolts. And you could obviously clean these up and reuse them, but I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade to ICT billet bolts. So there should be 18 bolts here. These look like they're a different size head. So this is an 8mm head for these ICT billet bolts. So you want to keep the gasket on the pan. All right, we're just gonna slowly, basically got to work our way back on like we did getting it off. Okay, so there we go. Gasket came off. That's okay. We can just use these little guides like right there. You see how that one's going in. And okay, so now we're home. Just gonna grab a couple bolts and get them in there so I don't have to hold this pan up as much. What I'm going to do at this point is just put all the bolts back on, hand tighten it for now. All right, we're going to go ahead and torque all these bolts down. The torque specification is 80 inch-pounds. I'm going to kind of start here and then go like opposite and then kind of just like go around like in like such a pattern like this. That way it's kind of evenly distributed as I torque it down. Okay. So last but not least, we gotta go ahead and put our heat shield back on. Alright, so as you can see, I got exactly 8 quarts, but for a filter and fluid change, just by dropping the pan, it calls for 6 quarts. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put 6 quarts in it and then lower the truck down off the ramps here and then check the fluid level. Go ahead, we're going to pour 4 quarts right in. With the second jug, I need to get to about here. Okay, we're about 2 quarts. Alright, so I went for a test drive. You got to get the transmission temperature up to 160 degrees. And before you check the fluid, you want to shift through all the gears, wait like 2 or 3 seconds with a dipstick. First time to take it out, you want to wipe it off. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put it back in. Wait like 3 seconds. You can see the fluid level is definitely low. Way down here by like my thumb. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the full 2 quarts in and then check it again. All right, and as you can see now, it's in the crosshatch. It's right at the H of hot. We're good to go. We're in the right range now. So I really did lose 8 quarts. So I think what happened was I extracted the fluid and then I had to leave the truck for a few days. So maybe some fluid drained out of the torque converter as well, or the transmission. I don't know. Anyway, I ended up losing a total of 8 quarts. Make sure whatever you get out, you put back in. I put 8 quarts in now, so it seems to be in the right area. As far as this video, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like our work, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more Trick Shift Garage videos, and we'll see you on the next one.